Hello everyone, I'm here today with another process video. I'm working on 6x8 pocket page layouts, and these are photos from Prague. And I think I have everything picked out that I want to use with the exception of one background piece of paper. That will go here. I have this sticker that I picked up in a little shop there where I actually found quite a few things for scrapbooking in that store. I was very pleased with that. So I want to use this sticker, and hopefully you can see the lines there. It's not actually this whole thing, but it's probably 3/4 of what you see here. So it's not quite big enough to be a 3x4. So I need some background paper there. But I think I have the configuration of my photos picked out, which is always half the challenge. And then on the lower right, I'm going to have to do a flip on this one because I have these photos. I'm going to use a 3x4 on this part of the card here, either all the way to the right, or maybe I'll leave a little border. And then I'm not sure if I'll actually journal here or just stamp or what, but I thought the card was fitting because it says we are living our adventure. So that's what I have to start with today, and we'll go from here. I think I have picked out something for the 3x4 card that's going to go behind this. I like this option. It has a pattern, but it's fairly subtle. It's kind of got an old world feel when you put it up next to these photos. And most of this will be covered up. So it is fairly bold, but you won't see anything except, around the border. So I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to try that first. If I hate it, I can always, cut around the sticker in the backing and put another sheet behind it. That would add a little more bulk and thickness than I would care for, but I would do it if I had to. All right, I adhered the sticker, and I like the way this looks on the background. It is a little busy, but I don't think it's too distracting with everything else that's happening. I think it's all right. And I like it next to this because this is pretty plain. It's just a flat yellow, just, the flat sidewalk area, street area. This adds a little punch to it when this is so plain. So I do like that. I did off center it just a tad. It's not even top and bottom because I thought there's some dead space here. Maybe I could just do some washi or put some kind of little piece of ephemera or embellishment or something there. So we'll see what I end up doing with that one. And then I do want to add some things to the photos. Like I said, this is just dead space. It's not gaining me anything. I could stamp in black there. There is black on the sticker, so it would match. I could do a phrase label. I could maybe do something like this from one of my many travel packets here. I'm not sure. So I'm going to take a look through all that stuff and see what I find. I've decided I'm going to stamp here. I'm going to use this set, and I believe this was part of a Cocoa Daisy kit recently. It's either Cocoa Daisy or Citrus Twist, but it looks like a Cocoa Daisy. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to use this one that says Travelogue. Obviously, these are brand new. I haven't used any of these, so I will season the stamp first. And what I do with that is I just take the eraser of a pencil, I rub it across the back of the stamp, and then it gets it more ready to accept ink. So I will do that next, and then I'm going to stamp right here on this photo. I did the stamping, and it did not come out perfectly. I'll show you how it looks here. I did move it. That's not the fault of the finish or anything. That's my fault. I did move it just a tad, and so you can see that it's a little off there, and I didn't get full coverage at the top of the L. This was the practice, so it was great here. So I think what I'm going to do, though, is because it's not horrible, I'm going to take my black slick writer, and I'm just going to fill in some of those little spots and see if I can make it look better. All right, I did fill in some of the gaps there. You can see that it's still not perfectly crisp, but I don't mind it. I think it gives it a little bit of character, so I'm going to keep it. If I really hated it, I would cover it up, restamp like on a white piece, and just make it into a phrase label, but I'm okay with it. So I'm going to leave that there. So then I'm figuring out, am I still adding something to this? These will be next to each other, so I have to be careful with that. And then let's see. I could maybe add something here too because I've just got cars down here. That's kind of boring. I could add something there. I've got some dead space here around the top of this building. So I have lots of options to work with here. I think I've picked out some washi for this spot. I found this one in my stash, and it's got kind of that burnt orange color, which you see in the roof tiles here and here and here and here. It seems to be a popular color in Prague. So I'm going to use a little bit, just tear off a little right here. And then I'm sure I'll work it in elsewhere as well. So probably just like so. Yeah. And it helps to bring in the color and really unifies everything. And then I can get creative with where else I want to use it on the layout if I want to add more of that color. I decided to add in a bit of the washi in the lower left of this photo as well. These will be opposite each other, which is nice. And then it gives me the chance to overlap something right here in this dead space. Now, what that is that I'm going to overlap there, I have no idea, but I'm going to go look in my stash and hopefully I'll find something. I pulled out some phrases here. Let me show you. These came with a recent monthly kit that I got. I believe this was also Cocoa Daisy. And there's 2 of each phrase in there, and I decided that I'm going to use the one that says wander, because that's really what we were doing. We had been on the train for 4 hours to get to Prague. So once we arrived, we really did not want to sit. We wanted to be up and walking and exploring as quickly as possible. So we just started wandering the streets, and I think this is pretty fitting given that's what we were doing. So I think what I'm going to do is just either overlap it like that or close to the bottom or somewhere over here. Maybe, oh, I kind of like that. And then it takes away a little bit from the minivan there, which doesn't make a very interesting contrast in the photo. But this, will cover that up just a bit and maybe help offset that. So I just realized something, of course, after I put glue on this and it's dry, that, look at that. I have these on top of each other, which I don't like. And I can't really change them now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the order of what appears at the top of the page here. So I think this will actually sit on top, and then I'll have a space for journaling, which is nice. It still works with these. It's okay. There's an orange spot here that works with that. I could add some of this right along here if I wanted to, so that's an option. And then I'm going to have, actually, you know what? I think I'll do it this way. Then I'll have this when the flip is open. And then this. And then these are across from each other, and it still works. The other thing I happen to notice is that this is a scripty font, and this is a more scripty font. So if I do stamp anything over here, I think I want it to be in a similar style font so that it all looks like it goes together. As I was looking at all this, I realized I still have the same problem. However, because these are bottom and then top, I think I'm still going to leave this as the top photo here and add more stamping here, just so that it looks like it was meant to be a word block that all goes together. And since this is script and this is script, I think I can pull it off. So I have this stamp set, and this is a citrus twist one from a while ago, I think. I haven't used it a whole lot yet, but I like it and I'm going to use it here. So I just need to decide which stamp I want. I like both the one that says "Here we go" and the one that says "Let's do this," because this was at the start of our day, so they both make sense. I chose to go with "Let's do this" because it's also a little bit more of a dressy font. I think it matches better with the other 2 that I have there. And then when it sits here like this, I do think it looks like it's kind of meant to all go together. So I didn't think I was going to like that at first, but now I'm really happy with it. So yay, don't have to worry about that. So I do think that this will be the second one when it flips. This will be the top. I'm keeping it in that order, and I'm actually going to get the photo flip and get that partially ready to see if I can just finish this portion. When I was looking at this card, I didn't like this area being blank, so I pulled out one of these cork embellishments. They are hearts, stars, and butterflies. They're from a recent travel release by Allie Edwards. So I am going to adhere that, and then it can go in the flip as well. Because I really liked the way this star looked, I decided to add one to this card as well, just to bring it in so that it matches on both sides. So I'm happy with that. So then I think I am down to just deciding what's going to go here. Can I fit some kind of small embellishment in there, or am I just going to stamp in this corner? So I'm going to look through my stamps first, see if I can find anything appropriate that will fit, and if not, then I'll try something else. I've decided that I'm going to use this stamp set, and I am going to stamp up there, and I want to use this one that says always on the go. Now this is one piece. That's not going to fit on my photo the way that it is there, but I can stamp half and half. So I can just put half of this on the ink pad, do always, and then on the go underneath, and then it'll look like it's two stamps, and I'll still get the whole phrase in there that I like. I have to admit I was nervous about doing that stamping, but look at it, came out perfectly. I love it. And then this is how it's all going to look together. I did use StazOn for that. It is probably dry, but I'm going to give it just a minute. I'm going to put everything together here. I'll attach the flip, I'll put it all in the pockets, and then I'll come back and show the final version. All right, everything's put together. So here's close-up of the left side. I really, really like how that came out. And then here's close-up of the left side with the flip put together. Happy with that as well. I love that this and this ended up being opposite. So another one I'm super happy with, and another one down for Prague. Thanks for watching, everyone.